Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated PG-13. Parental advisory, explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and we are back here again at it again. I've repeated myself again with another something a little bit different for you guys. No, we don't have an action figure review. No, we don't have a toy haul. What we're gonna do, guys, I'm gonna show you all my custom Marvel Legend action figures that I have done throughout the year, in a little bit of 2018 as well. The end of 2018. I didn't really get a chance to shed any light on the figures that I did going into 2019, so I figure I'd show you all the custom Marvel Legends. Well, pretty much I have in my collection that I guess you could say are customized. Some of them are customs, like this Magneto over here. Some of them are just kind of paint jobs. Others are just added accessories, and I'll show you my custom figures and what I did. So we'll start off, actually I'll zoom out and show you all the figures that I'm going to show you. And if you guys want to see individual reviews of these figures, I've done individual reviews of every single one of these figures. So if you guys want to see a more in-depth review of my one of these custom Marvel Legends, then check it out. Okay, so the first one I'll show you, we'll go over here to the left. I showed you this guys before. He came out, this is of course Build-A-Figure Sasquatch. I think it came out, what was it, 2017 I think it was. But I customized him in 2018. I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2017. But I customized him at the beginning of last year. And what I did with this Sasquatch is, if you guys know the Sasquatch, then what I did to customize him is, as you can, if you guys own the Sasquatch, or if you know, or if you're familiar with the Sasquatch figure from Alpha Flight, you know, there was some orange that didn't really blend in well with the brown, and there was some brown that didn't really blend in with the orange, and it was all kind of color splotched all over. And Sasquatch is orange, but I wanted to blend the colors a little bit more. So what I did, guys, is I pretty much went over the orange with the brown, and then went over the brown with some orange to kind of blend this Sasquatch all together and kind of give him like a dirty look, a dirty feel, a more realistic feel, you know, kind of like a throwback to the Toy Biz days. So this was one of my first customs that I ever did. If you guys want to see a more in-depth review of that custom Sasquatch, it's a beginning to end little customization, but I think this Sasquatch definitely looks way better, in my opinion. I just like him overall because he kind of has more of a dirty look to him, like a Sasquatch would. Even though he's not based on Sasquatch, he's based on the Marvel character Sasquatch, but I still like the overall dirtiness that I gave this Sasquatch. So if you guys need to see a review of that, check it out. If you want to see a more in-depth review of how I did it and what I did. One of my last custom Marvel Legends I did was of Blade right here. Now essentially what I did with this Blade, I just threw a trench coat on him, gave him some guns, and then threw a bullet belt over him. Nothing much to this custom. I just wanted to make him look more like the character from the Blade movie, because when this Marvel Legend was released, he didn't have a coat. He was bare-armed Blade. He didn't have any guns, and I just gave him the bullet belt because he has guns now. So there was my little custom Blade. If you guys want to see a more in-depth review of that Blade figure, go ahead and it's somewhere in my archives. Here's another one that I did late last year, custom Magneto now, white Magneto. Well, essentially what I use for this figure is the Magneto from the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave. The only thing I used from that wave was his head sculpt, and then the cape. I painted the cape white. White, of course, this was already black. I painted the helmet white and black, and then I used the body of Shatterstar. So that's how I customized the Magneto now. And yeah, I'm still waiting for Hasbro to do a Marvel Legends Magneto now, man. It's gonna completely blow this Magneto out of the water, man. But yeah, that was one of my also one of my first customs. Here's another custom, guys. It may not be so apparent looking at this figure. In person, you can see the detail. But if you own this Man-Thing figure, then you probably already see the detail in it. Essentially what I did was I gave him more green, more black wash to this Man-Thing figure to give him a little bit more depth, to give him a little bit more detail in this Man-Thing figure. Let me get my light going here. There we go. I got some light shining on him. So yeah, the detail, I just gave him a little bit more detail because I felt he was a little bit too dark, muddy green. So I just kind of gave him a little bit more detail with some black paint, permanent marker, green acrylic paint, light green acrylic paint. Same thing with his face too. I did his face, his head, his arms, everything. Being that I had the light on, I can show you the better detail of the Sasquatch right here as well. See, this is what I did with the Sasquatch as well. Why didn't I think about putting the light on to begin with, like a dummy? Yeah, so there is the Sasquatch. And I'll show you the Magneto, being that I didn't have the light on. So here's the custom Magneto right here. Magneto now. There's his boots. And his gloves. And yeah, the Shatterstar body I kind of left alone. I just got rid of the Shatterstar logo right there. Then I put black stripes down his chest. There's his cape. I love this Magneto now, man. One of my favorite custom Marvel Legends that I ever did. And it came by accident too. So if you guys want to see a review of that, check it out and you'll see how it came about as an accident. But here's the Blade figure. I didn't have the light on, so I figured I'd show you guys the Blade figure up close and personal. So yeah, if you want to know more about that Blade, check out that review. Another figure that I did, guys, of this Paladin. Really, the only thing I did with this Paladin was I painted his glasses. His glasses were gold. I painted them black, and I kind of gave him like this black, like army look over the purple. Like camouflage look, except it's in black and purple. And then I painted the guns kind of black, kind of left the purple on there to match with his uniform. But this is what I did with the Paladin character. I think I made him a little bit more better because the gold glasses just wasn't matching. And the purple guns, they weren't going well. Actually, I think the purple guns were with another figure. I just gave it to Paladin and I painted him black. I think the purple guns came with, I think either Deadpool or Domino. I'm not for sure. But I gave him purple guns and I kind of camouflaged it with black. I still left the purple on there. Same thing with Paladin. I didn't want to do it all black. I still wanted to keep the purple on there. So there's the Paladin figure. Next one up is the Cole Obsidian figure, guys. If you're wondering what the hell I did with this guy, I just added some green over him to give him, to bring out the scales on this Cole Obsidian, because he was a little bit too muddy green. Same thing with the Man-Thing over there. He was just a little bit too muddy green, and I just kind of added some green or acrylic paint onto him, onto his feet, to give him a little bit more detail. There's the back of him. There's the scales, the green scales. So he was a little bit too dark. I needed to lighten him up, so I just added some green paint onto him and onto his face. So there was called Obsidian. Next one up is kind of a made-up Marvel legend. This is Silver Skull. I used the Taskmaster's body for this Silver Skull, and I just removed everything and I painted him silver. I wanted to go for like a Silver Surfer look, and I just kind of gave him that. I wanted a Silver Skull figure. So I guess you can say he's half Red Skull and half Silver Surfer. So that's kind of where I got the idea from, and I gave him a weapon as well. But there's my little made up character, Silver Skull. That's what I call him. Next one up is we have the custom Alpha Omega Thanos. He's kind of a combination of a couple of Thanos figures. As you guys can see, I used the Death Head body for this Thanos. And I just kind of painted in gold, added some gold wash over the blue body to this Thanos, added some gold wings. I used the head sculpt from the Walmart Thanos, and just added some gold over the blue to go with this Thanos right here. So if you guys have that Death Head figure, then you know what I'm talking about. So there's my little custom Alpha Omega Thanos. I actually like that figure. I'm pretty proud of myself with that figure. Here's another custom of mine. This is the green slime Venom. I didn't really like the Venom, how he looked. This is from the Monster Build-A-Figure wave. So I just threw some green paint on him, and I wanted to give him like a green slime look, but also like maybe like an army look as well. So I kind of wanted to camouflage him. Same thing I did with the Paladin figure over here. So I just wanted to throw on some green paint, green slime onto this Venom. And I just wanted to do something a little bit different. And so I gave him a Carnage open hand right here. I painted it black and then threw some green over it. And then I threw some green slime into his mouth and on his head. I just wanted to get wicked and crazy with this Venom. I think he turned out okay. I probably could have did better, but there was my green slime Venom. Next figure up is Punisher, Red Skull Punisher. Marvel Legends is probably going to do a Red Skull Punisher, probably a little bit more better than mine, I would have to say. The only thing I did with this figure, this is from the Punisher, vintage Punisher. He had the red headband on, and this is from Shatterstar. This is from the Magneto body. So I used the Magneto body for this Punisher after I used his head sculpt. So this is the head sculpt that went onto the Magneto body, and so I used the Shatterstar body for the Magneto head. if that made any sense, I think you guys understood where I was coming from. And then here's his belt. I can't remember where I got this belt from. It might be Shatterstar's, and there's Shatterstar's leg pouch. I just painted it red to blend in with the red boots. Here's the red boots. Here's the red arm guards. These are Magneto's. I just left it on. Of course, he had the black stripes going down. I just painted it over black, or excuse me, the red stripes. I just painted it over black. And yeah, I gave him a gun, and there you go. And I painted the Red Skull on this Punisher, and then there you guys have it. There is the Red Skull Punisher. Custom Red Skull Punisher. Sorry about that. I turned my light off by accident. And then last but not least, guys, this figure probably would have made my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2018, but he didn't because I got him afterwards. I didn't really want to get him because I felt like he was too plain and too bland. So what I decided to do was to build the figure and then customize him. As you guys can see right there, I added some like bright lime green, like fluorescent green, to add a little bit more detail and texture to his wings. And then added some green paint onto his arms, pretty much all over his body, onto his hand right there. There is his head, even his head. And the reason why I did this is because I wanted to bring out the scales to this Sauron, because he was just kind of like dark green and there was no detail in his scales. So essentially that's what I did. I just threw some green paint on him, maybe with a little bit of black wash over the green. Here's his other wing. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of a black wash on his wing. But I just kind of went over it with like a dry brush green. Here's his legs right there. You can definitely see the detail because some of that green paint got into the crevices of his scales. And it kind of gave him a really, really cool effect. I even painted his feet. There's the scales to his shin. There's his tail in the back. I'll show you guys the back right here. I even did the back as well. And yeah, I like this figure way better now. I even did his back right there. See the scales. See how when you add the light lime green paint to his scales, it just kind of brings his scales to life. Even his hand right there, his wings. The back, I even did his tail, the back of his legs, there's his tail right there. So if you guys have this figure, then you probably know what the hell I'm talking about. Otherwise, you probably don't. And essentially, this lime green that you guys see right here is not supposed to be there. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I held off on this figure and then decided to customize him, and now I love this figure, and he's one of my favorite figures in my entire collection right now because I gave him the detail that he so desperately needed. Okay guys, so there was all my custom Marvel Legends of 2019 and a little bit of 2018 as well. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 figures overall that I've customized so far in my collection. Why is my camera... Jeez, man. It is like... There we go. There we go. Dude, it's like having a hard time zooming. There we go. Okay, so yeah, there was my little customization, guys. If you guys like this little review, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to receive more cool reviews like this, tell me what you think of all my customs, which ones is your favorite. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to receive more cool, awesome reviews and hauls and videos like this. And we'll go ahead and leave it at that. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next review. Bye!